Friday night. Ain't no telling where we headed. It's a Friday night. What we doing? Are we stepping out?
All right, what's up, guys? Back at you with another video on today. This is the Keeping It Raw podcast, and we're definitely going to get into this one. This is going to be a special video, and I'm going to talk a little bit longer on this video because I think that it's needed, because this is history in the making if this happens. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but if it does happen, this will be history. Now, I got a prospect that the Detroit Lions, this is crazy, because I never looked anything up. I study a lot of prospects. I look at a lot of prospects. And I had the opportunity to come past this young man. And I was watching this film. And it triggered in my mind to do a video on him. And I see and I look up that the Detroit Lions is bringing him in on a pre-draft visit. And I got to thinking in my mind, like, man, if Brad Holmes pulls this off, do you know how genius Brad Holmes will be if he ends up signing this kid to a contract? This kid comes into the NFL and be a dog. Man, you know how much credibility that's going to give Brad Holmes? Brad Holmes has been evaluating talent all over. I'm loving what Brad Holmes is doing. I really got to say that. I love what Brad Holmes is really doing. He's trying to find talent from anywhere, even if it's from the CFL. Detroit have already dipped into the CFL market this offseason, signing reigning most outstanding defensive player Matthew Betts to a free agent contract already. Now it looks like Detroit is doubling back, and they saw another prospect in cornerback Qwan'Tez Stiggers. This kid, I watched this film and I was really like, man, this dude look like he can play. Now, he has a very interesting story. Now, General Manager Brad Holmes is set to host the league's reigning most outstanding rookie, Quintin Staggers, on a pre-draft top 30 visit, according to the NFL reporter Aaron Wilson. Staggers is a cornerback and is taking an unconventional route to the professional football ranks, not playing one snap of college football. Let me repeat that one more time. This kid has not played one snap of college football. He was set to enroll at Lane College in Tennessee, but dropped out after his father died in 2020. After not playing in college, he began work as a DoorDash driver before he began a career in fan-controlled football league. He would later sign with the Toronto Argonauts in the CFL and also considering a career in the XFL. With the Argonauts, he blossomed into a standout player. He had 53 tackles with 5 interceptions during the 2023 season, earning an invite to the East-West Shrine Game. And in that process, he excelled at the Shrine Bowl and generated a lot of buzz to his draft potential. Staggers was viewed as one of the top performers at the event. He did not receive an invite to the NFL Combine, which begins Tuesday. The Lions are believed to be in the market for cornerback help. Their options at this position, they struggled so much in 2023 at the corner position. Detroit also hired new cornerbacks coach and defensive passing game coordinator Deshae Townsend, who won 2 Super Bowls as a player. And we already know that the NFL draft is set for April 25th through the 27th in Detroit. Detroit has the opportunity to make history. I saw this kid play and I was enamored. I was appalled. I was shocked the way this guy played. And I know he hasn't taken a snap in the NFL, but the way that this kid was playing in the CFL, he looks good on film. I got a chance to watch his interviews, and I'm like, this Staggers kid is a hidden gem. Nobody's talking about this kid. Nobody's done too much commentary on him because sometimes you got to dig deep, man. Like I told you guys before, when you look at the NFL draft, the draft is like looking at a forest. It's not looking like looking at a tree. It's like looking at a forest. It's so many different prospects, you guys. I'm loving the story on this kid. I want to draft this kid. I don't know if Brad Holmes is going to do it, but they are going to bring him in for a visit. He handled his business at the East-West Shrine game. Staggers was named most outstanding rookie in the CFL. Also was an all-star this year, which would be a Pro Bowl in the NFL. Staggers did not play a snap of college football. He will be visiting Detroit on a top 30 prospect visit. This kid is 21 years old. Staggers could make history if drafted. I love it, guys. Go watch his interviews. Go watch this young man's story, and you're going to fall in love with this kid. I want this kid. I want to develop this kid. I'm not going to even lie to you guys. The story is unreal. I know Brock Purdy was the last story, being Mr. Irrelevant and being taken the last quarterback and being able to get his team to the Super Bowl. He didn't win it because he went against Patrick Mahomes. But Brock Purdy was the story last year. This kid right here has the opportunity to make history, and he can play. This dude can play. Never took a snap in college football, guys. Never. That's why you never know where you can find talent from. If Brad Holmes pulls this off, this man is a genius. If Brad Holmes drafts this kid and he gets the opportunity to ball out and compete for that number one corner spot, because I think that he could compete for that number one corner spot, other two spot. Or you can have him a guy in the wings waiting to develop. We don't know what the Lions are going to do. You know that Brad Holmes is not going to spend a lot of money when it comes to free agency. He's not going to spend a boatload of money. He's going to continue to do what he's always done. And that's be frugal with the money, making sure he manages the money right, and getting the type of players that Detroit needs to go to the next level. And he's been doing it through the draft. Stiggers is a guy that I would most definitely develop. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. Go watch this kid's interviews. Go watch this kid's sample size of body of work that's on YouTube. You're going to fall in love with Staggers, and you're going to say, man, I would take this kid in a heartbeat. I love the way he handles himself as a young man. This dude is mature beyond what you can imagine, man. Just listening to this kid talk, he is very mature. Man, this kid is going to make history, man. Can the Detroit Lions pull this off? Will they pull this off? Is this something that Brad Holmes is only playing with, or is this something that Brad Holmes is really considering? Now, we know that Brad Holmes has been known for drafting undrafted guys. We know that Brad Holmes has been known for taking guys in the later rounds. 21 years old. Hasn't played a snap of college football. And some say, man, I would not get this guy. I wouldn't get him. But I beg to differ, man. I'm rocking with this dude. He showed out in the East-West Shrine game against College Tap. He was so confident in himself. When you listen to his interview, he said, man, I can play against anybody. I can play against the CFL guys. I can play against guys in college. And I can play against guys in the NFL. I love this Staggers kid. And if Brad Holmes pulls this off, it's going to be history in the making in Detroit. This dude can flat out ball. And if Betts coming into the league balling too, oh my. Detroit just might be on to something. Brad Holmes just might be on to something that we don't know about. But I'm rocking with this, and I want it. Let's develop this kid. Let's do it, Detroit. Peace.
we doing? Are we stepping out? Life's been too hard, we gon' make it count. I ain't mad at the world, I'm just living life. And if I came up out the bag, you know I pay the price. The night's too young, let's have some fun, let's paint the town. Let's shut it down, it's our time now. And I ain't going in till the sun come up. And I ain't going in until we blew up the Bucks. Cause it's us, throw it up, live it up. Come with us, we gon' paint the town, love you right now.